lie. I'm not gonna even hate though. No, like a Millie is cool, but let's be real. That's kind of like, how do I look at it? Kind of like how we look at Drake for maybe Too Sexy, started from the bottom. Like it's a good single, but it ain't like that. Ain't like my go-to Wayne track. Like I can't even think of the last time I played a Millie or 6'7". I play more so like Nightmares at the Bottom,
Okay.
She Will.
So I got my
like
cousin on. I got my little cousin on. He
that
in
ain't
high
about to be
school.
no. I heard him. He was asking
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
Michael
I don't know.
Jordan.
He said how many times he reclassed.
I don't think he classified. If he did, it would have to be when he was younger, like if he was held back or did something. But he didn't reclassify. He didn't play like all his years, and he going to Memphis.
Okay. Oh, Memphis. Okay. He going to play for what's the name? He going to play for
Yeah.
Penny.
Yeah. Him and his teammate. Yeah, him and his teammate signed with Penny.
Okay.
Like, what's his
I'm
Me
interested
too.
to see where Bronny's gonna go.
Yeah.
What's his rank? I think he's like. I don't know. They had him like top 30 or
Okay.
something.
That's not bad. That's good.
Like he's got better, but the thing is, it's like other people in the class that made leaps, and that's just kind of how it is when you're in high school. Like you can be out cold as a freshman, right? But then some other cats will come out of nowhere, and you like, dang, where he come from? Like Rob Dillingham was like ranked 1 for a while over a lot of cats. Then he ended up going, I think now like he 20 or something like that. Like the only ones who really kept their rankings is like
Okay.
DJ Wagner, and he just went from 1 to 2. But he had been 1 for most of the time for the 2023 class.
But do y'all listen to
But he
Eminem? That's
failed
the
it
question.
too. But do I ain't gonna lie. I can't even think of the last time.
Hey,
I
Jeremiah,
played
you
a
listen
track.
to Eminem?
I'm not an old head. I don't know, man. I'm
Yeah.
good.
You 16
How
or
old
15? You 16, ain't you?
He said I'm not an old head. Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. I don't
Yeah.
expect you to. I was just playing. I
Oh,
don't expect you to know. Like. I don't expect you to like Eminem.
He said I'm not an old head. No, I ain't gonna lie
Sure.
though. I can't think of the
You be
last
bumping
time I
that.
played
You be
an
bumping
Eminem
that.
song.
What's that song
Like,
called? The one off Relapse. What is it called? We Made You or
what's that?
something. I forgot the name of that. Deon be listening to that. Deon be.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
My only
Deon be running around banging.
my only M track is Till I Collapse.
Yeah, for me, Soldier for me, but yeah, that song, that's probably the best song on it. That's probably the best song you ever
I ain't
made.
even like that. I know how it is. It seemed cool. It's weird because it's like even songs that I think used to be fire, like dang, it's like it'd be like real like cringe to me. Like I used to think Not Afraid was cold. Then I tried to play that stuff. I was like, dog, what the hell is this? I shouldn't have to write these lyrics and put them in paper to know that it's a rap. I'm like, all right, that was like about Drake, but what was that? Like, come on now. And then No Love.
He
Like,
did.
he went crazy on it.
He did.
I won't lie. He went crazy. I just didn't like the chorus.
Yeah, man. Like,
I'll be like, oh my god. But he was rapping.
Y'all like the song he did with Drake?
Did
he do a song with Drake or Wayne or both?
Yeah, Forever. Yeah, Forever. Man. I ain't a fan of that either. Kanye,
that was cool. It was cool. That was one of his okay verses. Actually, one of his best verses to me was on that what was it, the song he had with B.O.B.D. What is it? I think
that's it.
And it was like let's pretend Eminem never picked up pretend.
He actually can.
Let's pretend. Yeah, he went crazy.
About him is like he can rap, but like it'd be like half the songs be like some corny.
No,
like,
he can,
bro. Like if he rap like 3 a.m. or something like that, or like Till I Collapse, then he'd be ranked higher, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I went to him and Jay-Z concert. I tell the story all the time, and I had forgot about certain stuff. I'm like, damn, he rapping like he had did Who I Am, Who I Am. He did I'll Kill You. He did like all the old stuff, and I'm vibing. He got up to 8 Mile. I'm vibing. Once he got to that D12 shit,
he walked out.
Walked out
he walked out on
I was like, all right, bro, I'm good. I walked out. I walked out on him, bro. I was like, man, I am not about to listen to
Yeah,
this
like
man play
to
in
me,
my
he
face
had a
like
great
this,
run
bro.
from like the Slim Shady LP to Marshall Mathers LP to Eminem Show to 8 Mile soundtrack. After that, it just went down from there.
That's the only. But see, that's the only thing that makes me annoying, right? I mean, that annoys me with it. All right, Tupac can get a good 7 years, and we can put him over every rapper that came after him, except for like dudes that's undeniably great. Eminem can have a great 4 years, a little okay run in 2010, and we just gonna hold him above everybody that came after him. You get what I'm saying? Like that's insane.
But think about it though.
If you're
If
not,
you count the history of hip hop in the 50 years of hip hop, and you say name 10 guys who had a 10-year run.
nobody. But that's what I'm saying. That's what makes those guys great. And you need to reward Jay, Nas, Drake, Wayne. You get what I'm saying? And Wayne's peak was crazy from like 8. He did like an 8-9 year run.
He did.
Then we got to the BS. You get what I'm saying? Kendrick is kind of skewed because he did his. Cole, this is year 14 of J. Cole. You get what I'm saying? So why do these guys, just because they came out before him, get to just,
well,
it's just penciled in that they're
this is the thing. This is the thing, though. Now you getting back to, is there a standard or isn't there? Because if we talking about the best, the greatest rappers, and now we getting back to why are they there? Well, that's because in your heart you believe there should be a standard to be there. Right.
No, that's my question. No, that's right. So I'll put it like this. That's the standard, right? And I'll ask this, and you tell me if this is a fair question or not. So let's just say, look, people are going to say Pac is better than J. Cole, right? That's cool. I wouldn't be mad at you if you said that, right? But what if someone says they rapping ability is the same? Would you say that? Can you just definitively say
No.
Pac is better than him?
Tupac
Okay,
is influential.
So
he was not the greatest MC.
So when I say that, then if the rapping is the same, and this is just your bars criteria, if bars is the criteria, why can't I say J. Cole because he has more catalog than a guy that died in 7 years? Why can't I put J. Cole above him if the catalog, let's just say, breaks the tie? And it's not like no fluff catalog. It's not like the stuff Snoop Dogg been putting out. Cole has actually gotten better. So why can't I say a guy that got better in 14 years?
You can.
I'm just asking.
And you
That's
should.
all I'm saying. I'm talking about
and you
these
should
lists don't evaluate
because
that,
they add too much other stuff that's not rap, and we cool with it.
Yeah.
We cool with it.
But let's be real, and we just gotta settle this here and now, bro. Because people got Jay-Z messed up. Whether that dude only made $1 and went broke like everybody else, we not about to act like dude couldn't rap. He just got to $1 billion at 40, but from 26 to whatever to 35, this dude was still rapping at a high level. So we're not about to play crazy. That's just all I'm saying. If we're talking rapping. Now, the one thing is this, and I won't lie, I'm a Drake fan. He kind of did what a lot of artists, what other artists did, and he did it better. Because remember when P. Diddy had his run? What was that No Way Out album? What was the one that he like kind of broke through, had all the singles? Diddy had a run. He kind of perfected what Kanye did with 808s and Heartbreak. So you mix the pop stuff in with him, and it inflates the rap stats. I won't lie, Deon. It does do that because he's an artist and he gets the singles. So I'm just saying, if you want to take guys like Drake out of the discussion, that's cool. I would do that. But I'm just saying, why is it just a slap in the face to keep putting guys like Kendrick and Cole on these lists? Like, I don't get it. Yeah, that's just all I'm saying. Like, look, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how Kendrick got to. I was shocked. To be honest, I thought Drake was going to be.
Bro,
I thought maybe
3 times, bro.
Yeah.
But watch this, cuz.
Yeah.
Jay and Nas are not upset that Kendrick and Cole are on a list. So that's what are we talking about? You see what I'm saying?
I get it.
So if people complaining, and I'm like, well, the guys that you want on there ain't upset about those guys being on the list. They probably looking a little sideways at Nikki being on there, but they like, come on, dog. You know, yeah.
No, I get that, and that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, and look, all this just proves is there is no list that is correct. Because to be honest, man, everyone thinks differently. I done seen lists that said, man, Rakim needs to be number one. I done seen lists that said Pac needs to be number one.
You know,
I done saw Nas. I done saw lists that put Jay-Z 5.
Well, some things it don't make sense.
Stuff.
That's some people still got Allen Iverson over Kobe. I mean, if it don't make sense, it don't make sense. So we don't count those. But the people scared to make a list and exclude all of the frills and all the ancillary stuff. We not talking your impact. We not talking your legendary status. We not talking how many albums you sold. I don't care how many jerseys you put in the rafters. Who is the greatest MC? Who the greatest rapper? People scared to do that list because some of their favorite guys ain't gonna make it. So they always add stuff. Even the guys who claim that they all hip hop and no, they be adding stuff. They be like, well, you know, his impact. I don't care what his. Okay, that's stupid. If that's the case, we got to put Melly Mel on there because none of these guys would. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So,
because he definitely was impactful for sure.
Y'all gotta do it and set that standard and take away all that other stuff, man. Because rap is the only place I keep saying people add stuff.
That's my bad. And that's the only thing, though, right? Because let's be real, guys get the caveat. Like, I won't lie. 3 Stacks to me can rap with the best of them.
Definitely.
He can rap with the best of them. I'll put a verse out. It go crazy. I'm like, damn. It's not too many people that can do what he did on Elevators or whatever tracks you throw. But how does he get to be, what they had him, 11 or 12?
They did have a lot of albums.
So is he 12 based on ability? That's what I'm just saying. If that's the case,
why is right? They got Pac in there. Yeah, like,
I would. That's what I'm just saying. Like, it's really. I think
the reason why Stacks get so high is people. He says stuff. He says some of the best stuff you ever heard in your life in a way that you never heard it in your life before. So people exclude the fact that he don't got no solo albums. They just take that out the equation. You know what I'm saying?
No, he don't. Because that's what I'm saying. And we're going to go rapping ability. Let's be real. You're going to see guys like, let me see. You're going to hear Royce. You're going to hear Q-Tip. You're going to hear Black Thought. You're going to hear a lot of these guys. That's why I'm like, we got to understand, is it best rap career, best player? Is it best this? Because unfortunately, it's not like the NBA where I can say I seen Mike show up in the games when it counted. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of it is subjective. Like, to be real, you probably didn't listen to Future's last album, but he put up crazy numbers last year and got, you know what I'm saying, accolades. So how can we definitively account for Future's impact or ability when some people like, hey, that nigga talking that shit to me? Because, like, I ain't going to lie. I'm listening to Scholarships off What's the Name album, and that nigga get me motivated. You get what I'm saying? I wake up every morning. I go work for the riches. You get what I'm saying? I go so hard for the riches. I'm like, hell, that nigga talking to me. Well, he might not be talking to you. So I'm like, how can we quantify
because
you know what I'm saying?
Those guys will tell you themselves they're not rappers. So anybody who said they're not a rapper is automatically off the list. But also,
so that's what I'm saying. So that's why I was asking, my bad, before I cut you off. What is the category
he's an artist.
Putting him in? So with Drake, is it got to be an artist?
Not so more Drake for me, but Future, I guess. I don't know.
He's a hit.
No, both
he's
of
a
them
hip hop artist.
They have a lane.
They made a lane. Now this is the thing with bars, right? People get it confused. Bars don't just mean you just rap and boom bap and put a bunch of words together because like it when Big Al, his song, I Got a Story to Tell, it's not a bar heavy song, but he's rapping, telling a story from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? Scarface does that. You see what I'm saying? So Nas Rewind is not a bar heavy, like I'm dropping a bunch of punchlines but it's a dope rap song. The concept, I gave you power.
Yep.
So it ain't about boom bap and you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna rap and spit a million bars. No. Because if that's the case, then Scarface wouldn't be as high as he is. You see what I'm saying? So there are different ways to be a dope MC, and there always has been.
Yeah, I agree with you, Deon.
Yeah, you could get to that, but the guys who, like for me, right? And then y'all, I'm about to stop letting y'all get away, and everybody who's watching, I'm about to stop letting y'all get away talking about I was young and I wasn't outside. Listen, unless your mama didn't let you listen to rap at all, that don't mean nothing. Because how did I know all the words to Self-Destruction? I look back, I was like 8 when that song came out.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I was in the 80s. I didn't reach double digits until the 90s. Okay. So all them songs that came out in the early 90s and all that stuff, I was young too. Mm-hmm. So if I knew those at 10, you can't tell me you didn't know Nas at 15, 14.
I know what's that. I know Love's Gonna Get You. I know Love's Gonna Get You by KRS-One word for word. I'm like, he was talking on there though. Right. I'm like, okay.
No, like I go off with so it's the reverse effect. I listen to a lot of music. I grew up in church. I always tell my story. My mom got me into the church in '99. So by that time I was like whatever, 9, turning 10. You know, because I'm born in August. So a lot of the music I listened to is what my parents had. I remember a lot of Pac because Pac was crazy. But like I said, my dad was a ladies' man. So I'm hearing Jodeci. You get what I'm saying? I'm hearing all that real stuff. But my mom, I remember before she got saved and found Christ, I remember 98. Like I say, I remember the radio. I remember DMX. I remember that was that Rough Rider anthem. I remember when that hit and it went crazy. So I remember him. I remember my mom and dad listening to that. But this is where I started challenging my cousin because he's 42. Because he's like, I can't remember when Jay-Z was like the top guy in the game. I remember my dad playing Dynasty album and Blueprint. Playing the hell out of it. I remember
listen, I don't care what nobody say. You can't tell me when that Dynasty album came on and you heard Jay talking about the theme song to The Sopranos, playing in the key of life of my mental piano, got a strange way of seeing life like I'm like you can't tell me you didn't know that. And at that time, he was telling y'all ain't nobody knew Eunice but M Pimp, Juice, and us. Yep. And he wasn't lying.
He got so many quotables, bro.
Right.
And this is why I get the revisionist history. And like I said, I get it because I'm not gonna lie. I'm from the Wayne generation, and there's a lot of people who want Wayne to get his impact. I look at Wayne like Kobe. They have a cult following. Those guys dominated and probably played at the highest level. But the problem is we get the lows. I saw Kobe get his ass beat by 39 in the finals. You get what I'm saying? I saw him shoot under 40% against the Pistons. So you get the numbers, but sometimes on the big stage, I think Kobe only shot over damn near 40%
against the Nets. He shot over 50 on that one. Yeah.
No, he showed. I think
Nets and Magic. No, not the Magic. It wasn't even the Magic.
I think it was 3. It was Nets and Magic, and it might have finished like low 40s against Boston because he had those. He finished the series bad. He started strong.
Yeah.
So the problem with Kobe fans, and I'm a Kobe fan, and the problem with Wayne fans is they want to ignore the lows and they just want to look at the highs. They just want you to focus on mixtapes.
Yeah, look. Hey, I be doing that too. Look at the Drop 3, but I don't ever say about the Free Weezy album or Rebirth.
Hell no.
I'm a Wayne fan though.
That's what I said. I'm like, come on, bro. I was messing with him earlier.
Right.
I said, did you listen to
Are you
Free
listening
Weezy?
to that? I don't listen to that.
Let's be real. Carter 5.
I understand.
Carter 5 was mid. The crazy part to me is I actually thought Carter 4 was
honestly,
good.
Dedication 6 was good, bro.
Like
he was actually rapping on there. But other than that, it ain't really been nothing.
So what I'm saying is we want to ignore the highs. I mean, we want to remember Kobe when he went 9 straight 40-point games or straight 50-point games. But we don't want to acknowledge blown a 3-1
Or just a
lead
regular
against
game
teams.
in
You get
February
what I'm
against the
saying?
Grizzlies where
So,
you gotta go 7 for 27. They'd be like, oh, nobody say nothing. Though. I ain't gonna lie.
it just happens. Same with Drake. I'm a Drake fan. I always say Drake is Bron. Drake, you don't have the greatest albums that's definitively classic. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I could take a million singles and come up with a case why he should be good. But you can't tell. Like, I told my brother and he got mad. I can't name a Drake album better than Reasonable Doubt or Blueprint.
He get mad at that.
Saying?
His levels.
Or maybe Black
It's different
Album.
levels of classic for me.
No, it is. That's what I'm saying. You just get to a different level when you look at that. Same with Mike. And this is where the argument is over because I hate debating the GOATs. But look, we're talking about the two greatest players. If you look at Mike's first 3 finals, Bron's best finals is not